Back after a few days of not doing any filming. I think our last video was Thursday. We come to work on this job Friday morning. Of course, it had rained quite a bit the night before, and we really couldn't even get in here. So we went on back home Friday. Then I think I went and looked at timber Saturday, moved equipment Sunday and looked at timber, and then come up here to look at 3 different jobs yesterday. And I started to make a video yesterday of some timber I looked at Knob Noster, Missouri. Another job we bought it. We actually cut the timber off of it back in November and December of 13, and we're about to cut it again here in a few weeks. Not even a mile from Whiteman Air Force Base. Really neat place to get a work and see all the awesome sights and sounds. Even yesterday we seen a couple B-2 bombers, A-10s, T-38 trainers. Just a neat place to go to work every day for the sights and sounds. Anyway, this job primarily, there's some walnut here, a decent amount. A lot of bur oak, quite a bit of red oak. And the better red oak, I've got these logs rowed out into 2 different categories here. And basically we've got all the walnut and better bur oak that go to one place over here, and all the red oak and just blocking material and everything else that kind of goes in this row over here. So this is the row we want to have the bigger pile in, because these are the logs that will bring more money. These big bur oak. The bur oak doesn't have to be real good; it just has to have a little size to it. Needs to be 2-side and better, and that's bur oak, white oak, post oak, chinkapin oak. Some pretty good logs in there. Doesn't take any of those to add up footage fast. I'm just waiting on the next turn right here. They've got a few logs ahead of them. Kenny's cutting. Been a kind of a long day. Later in the video, you'll see a little road work I did. I spent about the first 2 hours here this morning working on a road to get down in here. There was already a road in place. We just kind of added to it using the tooth bucket and that 299. Wait on this next turn here. Pretty good trees. We're here in the Buckner, Missouri area where we're at. Hopefully we can get this job done this week. It's going to be a push. There's really quite a bit of timber here considering everything we're cutting. And it's still a little soft in places, but you know, with the grass starting to grow, and as bad as I hate to say it, some of these trees are getting ready to start putting leaves on. And I hate to see that. I hate to see spring and summer come. Hate to see it. I hate to see the hot weather. Hate to see the leaves on the trees. Just like some of these trees here, elm. I think they're starting to kind of bud out. You can see right there, that guy. Here we come. We'll wait till they get over here and we'll get to bucking. There's going to be a pretty good pile of this bur oak. The skidder's coming out with one now. I'm going to be ambitious and see if I can grab both of these. I don't think I'll have enough fork. No. I'm not worried about picking it up. I'm just worried about having enough fork to get it all on there. Goes after another. We took the chains off today. I don't think we'll need those until next fall or winter. So we'll take them home and probably put them in one of the barns. Try to keep them out of the elements. Yeah, some real good bur oak on this job. Let me see here. I think I can get 2. big. There we go. Try to make the most out of every turn. Here's the change right here. Just took them off, drove out from under them or in them, whatever you want to call it. Put all of our clevises in one of the toolboxes on my truck. Now we're making 2 different rows of logs because each row is going to have a different home where they end up. All the blocking material from these bur oak and all the red oak, the grade red oak, and even the cottonwood and sycamore and stuff like that, it's going to go in one pile. And then all of our grade bur oak, our bigger bur oak, it doesn't even really be great, just has to have some size to it. I think we better shove this from the blocking pile. Just kick it off right here for now. Yeah, all of our 2-sided and better, bigger bur oak, white oak, post oak, chinkapin oak, it's all going to go to the same place. Oops. There we go. Most of the morning I have spent working on this road to get down in here to where we're dragging logs at. And this is the worst part of it right here, this little rock shelf. Some of this stuff I don't want to dig it out because it'll just keep creating a bigger hole and a bigger hole. So we're going to try to continue to run over top of that. Now another big problem is right here with this water seeping out of this hill. I've got kind of a cold right now, so that's why I sound kind of funny. But after this, it's really not too bad. I tried to get down to some clay. I didn't want to dig it too deep. And granted, this isn't the straightest, smoothest road, especially right in here. This was the trouble spot right up here. But it's a heck of a lot better than it was. Now, once we get down here, I can kind of start widening out and flatten it out. And I just kept pushing my dirt forward. That way I could fill in a lot of these washes and ruts. This will make it a lot easier on us getting in and out of here, make it a lot easier on the trucks getting in and out, and the farmer should really like this for getting in and out himself. And he's got a little skid steer himself, a little Bobcat with steel tracks on it, and he's tried to work on this road, but it just doesn't have the power this Cat does, so we can do quite a bit more with the road. And like I said, it's by no means straight and flat. It's not terrible, but almost need a dozer the 6-way or greater to get in here to really make it flat and nice and even. But it's pretty good for what it is. The guys are over here cutting. That's another trouble spot right here, this water running off this hill. Another trouble spot right here, water running. So we've got plenty of places to worry about. I don't know if I need to cut that down or not. I think I'll just leave that alone. This is from the reason why we didn't put a video out last Friday, we come over here to work, and it rained Thursday. If you remember in Thursday's video, it started raining on us. But we come over here to work Friday morning, we couldn't even get down in here. So hopefully now, a lot of that road will help it dry anyway. We can get access a little better. They're calling for some rain tomorrow. Hopefully it won't rain much. We'd like to try to get this one wrapped up by the end of the week. I'm going to push this top out of this field. There, kind of get that out of the way for him. So let's head to the log deck. Now before this job's over, long before it's over, I've got a big ditch crossing we've got to build. We're putting in a big whistle to get to this other side where a lot of this big bur oak is, some walnut. I don't know if we'll do that today or tomorrow, but it shouldn't be too bad of a gig. The whistle's here. We'll just set it down in there at the forks, and we'll go to work with the tooth bucket here and start getting her filled in. Nope, that hung up. John said he can already tell a difference not having the chains on there and how she pulls. We can hear somebody chainsawing back over here to the north. I can't tell if it's just somebody cutting firewood or what they're doing. It really doesn't sound like they're logging. I don't hear any trees falling up there. It sounds like a smaller saw. Hard to tell sometimes. Another question we've had here lately is how many guys we got working for us. Well, really, you know, John's just kind of part-time help. John's retired and he comes and helps us some days. Just kind of gives him something to do, and we sure enjoy having him, because it takes a lot of worry and stress off us some days. Mike just likes to tag along with us, and he does help us for the most part. He whether it's hooking and unhooking choker cables or going and getting stuff off the truck, or some days we'll have him barking trees, taking the dirt off. You know, it's just little things, but Mike's pretty handy to have around. It's usually just me or Kenny that cuts, or sometimes both of us, just depending on the day. A lot of times he cuts and I work the deck, just because it's a good process for us. It allows us to keep a kind of a steady, smooth stream going. Now, I do enjoy cutting, but like I said, some days I get to, some days I don't, but we just know what works for us right now. It's him cutting and me working the deck and keeping everything clean and organized up here and keeping logs put to length. Here he comes out. Hey guys, if you like what you see, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for all of our latest videos.